Morning, everybody. Hello. So, day 3 of 30 days of live videos. So today's video is a question that I got that I have thought a bit about, but I've never really vocalized it to hear for you guys. So today's the day. I got asked what would your plan be for your perfect Disney World vacation? And I thought that was a really good question because I've talked about what we've done before, what I'd do differently next time, but I've never really kind of laid it out in my perfect Disney plan. So I'd love to know what your guys' best Disney vacation plan would be. Let me know in the comments, and I'm just gonna jump right in and let you know what mine is. So we've been on many Disney trips, probably 13 or 12 in the last 13 years. So it's pretty much like once a year we go down on average. Sometimes it's been twice in a year, sometimes we've skipped years, so it just kind of works itself out to being like that. So over the past many trips. Oh, and also, hang on, I gotta put some oil on so I can speak this into existence here. A funny story about that. Last year, we weren't planning on going to Disney last year, and I said, well, if stars aligned, we'll make it down to Disney World. This was back in last January, and sure enough, we went down in October of that year. So, anywho, going on. So my ideal length of time would be 10 days. We've been very short trips. We've been for about a week, maybe 8 days. And I always feel like we're so rushed to just try to get everything in that I think 10 days would be an ideal time frame for me. So I'm gonna say 10 days. As far as time of year goes, I've never been in May. And so that would be a time that I would pinpoint after spring break before school's out. So probably the first 10 days or so of May-ish, somewhere in there, depending on how the calendar falls. As far as how we would get down there, of course, we would fly because we do have a direct flight from Ohio down to Orlando. It's about an hour and 50 minutes gate to gate, which is really a nice flying time. So we would fly, and then we would take Disney's Magical Express to our resort, to be announced. And then we would also rent a car on Disney World property. Did you know that you can do that? You can. You can actually rent an Alamo from kind of outside the Magic Kingdom, and you can also rent from the Walt Disney World Dolphin. So we would do Disney's Magical Express so that we don't have to drive ourselves from the airport to our hotel, and they would transfer our bags for us. And then once we're there, we can rent a car so we can go get groceries or, you know, do our park stuff and all that kind of thing. So that's what we would do. As far as where to stay, drum roll please. Grand Floridian 1-bedroom, renting Disney Vacation Club points, because I've talked about renting points before. That's like our thing, what we like to do. So that's where we will stay. I'm gonna say it as it's happening. As far as how many days, it depends on if we have an annual pass by that point. I probably should have an annual pass at this point right now, but most likely at least a 7-day ticket for a 10-day stay, because you got the travel days on either end, and that kind of leaves 8, and I like to have a day off from the parks at least, just to kind of resort hop or just hang out at the pool or whatever. So most likely 7-day ticket. Or an annual pass. How our park structure would be laid out with a 7-day ticket, with really having 7 days sandwiched in between like travel days, I would say 2 or 3 days at Epcot, 2 or 3 days at Magic Kingdom, and then 2 days at Animal Kingdom, 1 day at Hollywood Studios. There's a lot coming to Hollywood Studios with Star Wars Land opening, or whatever they're calling it, Galaxy's Edge, I think. I haven't seen Toy Story Land yet, so you know, we might take an Animal Kingdom day and like put it on Hollywood Studios. I don't know. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, so I don't know. I'm really gonna care much. I don't know. I haven't decided there yet, but most likely that's how my park days would be laid out. As far as restaurants go, most likely the 4 we would pick from, we would do most of our meals in the hotel room because you get a full kitchen at the Grand Floridian. But Citricos at the Grand Floridian, we had a great meal there the last time we ate there, which was probably 4 years ago at this point, but it was a really good meal, and if you're right there at the hotel anyway, that's a really good restaurant to do. Yachtsman Steakhouse we love over at the Yacht Club, so we would go over there. We love Flying Fish and the Trattoria al Forno. autoimmune protocol options. I have a couple of AIP friends that either live in Orlando, literally they can see like the fireworks from their balcony where they live, or I have a girl, a friend that goes down that is AIP, that she frequently travels to Orlando. And I have seen her meals or both of their meals at the Flying Fish and Trattoria Al Forno, both at the boardwalk, so those will be on the list too. And then the rest of the time we would be eating in our hotel room, just like we would normally here at home, because full kitchen. So that is my perfect Disney planning trip vacation. I would love to know what yours is as well. Of course, we would have magic bands because you have to have your magic bands. Other things, I would have like stuff in my park bag like I normally do, like my oils and my hand purifier and my water and like all that kind of stuff. That doesn't change. And that would make it for a perfect Disney trip too, having all of my comfort items there with me. So anywho, that's live video day 3. If you have suggestions on what you'd like me to talk about in my upcoming videos, I got like 27 days left or 26 or whatever. So let me know that in the comments as well. And who knows, I'm